Hi everyone, and welcome to A Life of Balance. Today we are going to be making some yarn wrapped hearts that you can use in a variety of ways within your home for decor for Valentine's Day, or even regular everyday stuff if you want. Now to start, you need to create a base for your hearts, and a lot of people create those by cutting a piece of cardboard, and that, just take a box and cut it up, use a pattern of some sort. Problem is my hands have arthritis, so I can't do it that way. So here's what I did. I used my Cricut to cut a piece of craft board, a little bit heavier than heavy cardstock, and it's got a couple of spots where it didn't cut through all the way, so I'm having to trim a little bit with my scissors, but that's okay. It's just a little trim, and it's not having to cut through that thick poster board. And I even went as far as to cut a little dash in the middle of mine that will be used to attach my yarn at the center. So as I do this, you'll see what that's for. So first thing we're going to have to do here is take all of this off of the cardboard, off the craft board, and trim it up so that we've got them, and I'm kind of stacking them into the different sizes that I made. I made 3 different sizes because I originally was making 4 sizes the first time I did it, but I learned something. I learned that on the 4th size, the little bitty 1-inch ones, they turn out to look pretty much like a blob. No matter what I did, I could not get them. I cut way down into my point here, and I could not get them to work. So a 2-inch heart is just too small to do as a wrapped heart. So you need, mine are 3 inches, 4 inches, and 5 inches, depending on, I've got some ideas for where I'm going to use them, and so I wanted an assortment of sizes. So those are what my sizes are, but you can do whatever you want. And if you check out the blog, I teach you how to actually create this file and cut these out on the Cricut if that's what you want to do. Or you can just use, just a drawing of a heart to create them if you want. You can use a cookie cutter to make your heart shape so that you can cut them out of cardboard of some sort. But like I said, I wanted to cut mine out of the with the Cricut, so this is what I ended up using, was this craft board here. Now, another trick I learned. The larger ones work well, just exactly as they cut out. And this, I was kind of limited because I used the heart shape that was in the Cricut Access program. The smaller ones, what's still my smallest, what are the 3-inch hearts now, still came out a little bit blobby if I used them exactly as they were. So what I did, let me get rid of some of this other crap here. What I did on these 3-inch ones was I kind of took my edge and kind of curved in and cut them down a little deeper in the middle, and just took a little bit off the top and the center area so that I got them a little bit of a deeper cut there in the middle of my heart. And that one I kind of really blotched up, but we'll just kind of even it out a little bit and it'll be okay. So, I did that to make this point here a little more pronounced so that when we start wrapping the yarn around it, we keep that point. Because if you don't make it a good pronounced point there in the middle, on the smaller ones at least, it doesn't still look like a heart when you get done. So that's how I solved that problem. So let's get 2 or 3 of these done here. So this will be my last one to do today. And then we'll start with putting our yarn on them. And you're going to learn why I put the little dash in the middle of my pieces. Okay, so you've got all your hearts cut out. And one thing I will say is if you're using, depending on the heart pattern you're using, some of them don't have a really, really deep cut here. And that's okay. In the larger ones, it still comes out okay. But in the smaller ones, I actually deepened that cut on mine because they tended to lose their shape a little. That helped them keep their shape so they really look like hearts rather than becoming kind of blobs. So I did that. So if you need to do that, do it. And then we're going to start. Now, you remember I cut that slit in the top? Well, there's a reason for that, not in the top, in the middle. There's a reason for that slit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my yarn through that slit. And kind of twist the end here so it's kind of thin. I'm going to stick it through that slit. And then once that is through that little slit, what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue gun, we're going to give ourselves a little dab of glue there. And then we're just kind of hold the yarn across that glue and kind of pull it tight and let the glue dry real quick. And then we'll cut off our ends so we don't fray out down here. And then all we're going to do is wrap. So we're just going to start here, start where we are, and take it down and wrap it around. And just keep wrapping in any direction. There's not really a pattern to it. Kind of in the beginning I work my way around it, but sometimes your yarn gets in your way. But I mean, you just wrap wherever you want to, wherever you feel like wrapping. And basically you want to wrap first of all until you pretty much covered all of the white, and then you just want to wrap until you're happy with the way it looks. And sometimes they slip off and you gotta adjust them, but that's not a big deal. Just adjust. One of the tips I've kind of found at the tip down here where it's hard to get that cover is I just kind of split the thing or the yarn around it a couple, 3 times, and eventually we'll cover that completely up so you don't have a white tip sticking down there. And just go until you feel like you're comfortable with what it looks like. Do the other. We're going to designate this one kind of as the back, and we're going to slide our finger under, and we're going to slide the yarn underneath a group of the threads that are already on there. We're going to pull it out the other side, and I'm going to cut it off tight, and then I'm just going to pull this back through it where I was, and there we go. We have a heart that we've made out of our yarn, and I've got a whole collection of them here. I'll show you a couple things to do them. I mean, obviously you can just lay them around in various places to look cute. Since if I turn around this, so they're cute for you. Look cute in any display, but you can also use take some baker's twine, and I took, I don't know, it's probably 6 foot give or take, and I put a loop on the end to hook it on my mantle, and then I'm going to make a garland out of my hearts. So I'm going to use a needlepoint needle, which has got a really huge eye, which is why we're using it, and just push my thread through there a little bit, and then we're just going to start. We'll start with red, I guess. It doesn't really matter where we start, but we're going to start, and we're going to start and just put, I'm just going to run my needle underneath a bunch of the threads across there and pull it through and pull until I slide my heart all the way down where I think I want it. This heart I didn't just filled out as much as I would like. That's okay. And then we'll do the next one. We'll do pink. And we'll just, again, I mean, see how simple this is? You just slide that needle in behind there. It's just enough to hook it. You want to kind of probably keep it up towards the upper half of the heart to have it hang right. And that's about far enough apart. Let's see. Let's do a white one. Basically, just keep going. Like I said, you want to try to keep the baker's twine up kind of in the upper third of the of your heart, so that it doesn't hang down too far. And just do however many you want across there, and then again on this end. We might get one more on there. Let's try one more. Why not? Again on this end, I'm just going to loop it around. Just loop it around a couple fingers and tie a knot. And trim off our string. And now we've taken our hearts and turned them into a garland. And I have, so as you can see, I still have plenty more I can make. I'm going to probably make a lot of those. But we've got a nice little garland laying here to put on our mantle. And we've got several of our other hearts here. You can see a couple more that I made already. And I'm going to, like I said, I've got a lot of little blanks here. I'm going to make a whole lot more. But I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. As you can see, they're really simple to make. And if you liked this tutorial and you like this channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications when we have a new video. And check it out on the blog, and there's all the information on exactly how to cut it out, the Cricut files, etc. So check all that out, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.